Today's video is about strengthening your legs, having really strong legs. We're going to do that through some yoga postures today. I'm Lisa with Yoga for Seniors with Lisa. Come onto your mat. All right. So first things first, I would like for you to stand on your mat with your feet hip distance apart and take your hands at your hips. Bend your knees a little bit. Don't knock them together. Keep them separate. Take your hips back a little bit. So your knees are going to be bent here. And then we're going to draw the navel in and lift the heart up. So now we should be standing upright. The elbows should be kind of back. Shoulder blades are on the back. Bring your awareness now to your feet and your toes. I want you to lift your toes. Press down through the balls and the heels of the feet and lift the arches. And then lower the toes, keeping all of that. And notice how strong your legs are just standing here. This is mountain pose, and you should feel your knees lifting just a little bit. You should feel the quad muscles here. And this is just a great foundation pose for understanding that you can really have strong legs. There are a few things in yoga that I do to strengthen my legs to keep them strong. And this is the first one. And then in all my standing poses, I do the same actions, right? Like I lift the toes, I press down through the balls and heels of the feet, I lift the arches, I engage muscularly into the legs. And I feel that in all my standing poses. So, but to really strengthen, you want to do a few things. One is squats. So one of the things I like to do is take my heels together and feet apart and just squat, right? Now, if you're not used to squatting like this, use your blocks for sure. You could have them as high as they'll go, or you could use the chair, anything that's going to help you get the stability to go up and down. So that was one. So then I come up and I straighten my feet out, but then I pull my heels together again and I go down again. 2. And then back up. And 3. Now, 3 is enough to get started. Don't do more than 3. Next week or the week after, maybe you could do 5. All right? So just some squats. And when you get here, maybe take your hands on your blocks, elbows on the inside of your knees, and just try to push the knees away from each other a little bit. That'll give a good stretch. And just even hanging out here for a minute is going to strengthen the legs. All right. So now I'm going to come back up and shake it out. All right, another thing that's really good for legs is lunges. We have a few different kinds of lunges in yoga. We have them on the floor and we have standing lunges. So I'm going to do both for you. And I'm going to use the chair just for a moment so that you could use it too if you need it. And this time I'm going to take the left foot forward and the right leg back like this. And I'm going to kind of come into a funky little lunge here like this. All right. And then I'm going to lower the knee to the ground. So this is a lunge on your knees. Low lunge, they call it. Okay. And one of the nice things about this position is that if you take so the left leg's forward and you take your right arm up and grab a hold of it, you could do like a nice little stretch here. And then you can come out of that and grab hold of your chair. You've got your toes tucked in the back and you can use the chair as leverage to lift your back leg. So this is a good place to just practice your lunge, lower and raise it up. Engage the leg muscles in the back and press down through the heel of the front foot. You're going to feel some difference there. One more time. So I'm only going to do 3 on this side, lowering and raising. And that's a lot of work right there. And then of course, I'm going to switch sides and do both sides because that's what we do in yoga. We always do both sides. So I'm going to lower. Now this side's a little easier for me. I'm just going to say, I'm going to come up for the first one. And my right leg is forward. So I'm going to lift my left arm up, grab hold of it, and take a little stretch here. And then I'll come back, bring my hands to the chair, lift back up, engage the muscles of the back leg. In other words, this one's not sagging, it's lifting. Okay. And then down, and then up. That's 3. Good. Then I'm gonna just bring my feet back together, bring my hands at my hips, belly in, shoulders back, and lift up. Okay, I'm gonna turn the chair around, and I'm gonna use the chair to get into a standing lunge. Again, I'll start with my left foot, because I think you might be able to see a little easier. And I'm just gonna take the right leg back, like that. Maybe scooching my front leg up a little bit, left leg back. Notice how it will bend. I'm gonna try to keep it straight. And then I'm gonna try to bend into the front knee a little bit more, facing the chair. This is a high lunge. It's called crescent pose in yoga. You can let go if you've got the balance and reach the arms up if you wanna do the full pose. And then of course, we will do the other side. So stepping forward, reaching back with the opposite leg. And again, so the right foot needs to be straight forward. The middle toe or the first toe or second toe, sorry, should be in line with the ankle, the middle of the ankle. Then the knee comes over the ankle. Okay, and then the back leg is straight and lifted. And you keep activating that back leg. Belly draws in. And then you can reach up if you can let go of the chair. If not, play here for a while. See how that feels. So for me, playing with the chair is nice because I can go a little deeper into the lunge versus if I let go, I might come out of it a little bit. See? Good. And then feet together. All right, and then take your feet wide. Not terribly wide, but a little bit wide. With your heels in and your toes out. And then bend. Yeah. So we're going to just shift a little bit from side to side. And coming back to the center, we're going to take the hips down a little bit more. See if you can draw the belly and shoulders back. And let go. And then if this is too much, hold on to your chair. If you need your chair. And just go up and down a little bit. Good. All right, and then standing straight. Now, I'm going to do one more standing pose to demonstrate the strength I want you to put into your legs so that you feel this all the time in your standing poses. So the right foot, we're going to do triangle pose, and I'm going to use my block. And I'm going to use the highest level. That way I can really focus on the strength of the legs. In triangle pose, as with any pose, we want stability and freedom. So the legs are too close together, you don't have enough freedom. They're too far apart, you don't have enough stability. Does that make sense? And so what we're going to do in this pose is look at the foot. And we're going to get grounded from the feet up. The front foot is straight, forward, heels straight back. And the back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Or you can turn your toes in a little bit. It's no problem to do that. You're going to take your, in this case, my left hand on top of my hip, and then I'm going to grab the block with my right hand. And the very first thing I'm going to do is play with my feet. Lift the toes, spread the toes, press down through the feet, lift the arches of the feet. Then I'm going to keep the arches lifted and lower the toes and really start to feel the muscles in my legs. I'm going to slide the hips back just a little bit, and then I'm going to draw the belly in. And now I'm going to push back down through the feet. So I feel energy moving up the legs and down the legs. And then both my shoulders are going to come back, and eventually I can come up into triangle pose. Then, when I'm here, I take my awareness back to my feet and my legs to make sure that I'm standing strong. When I'm ready to come out of the pose, I may bend a little bit in this front knee to lift up safely, and then I will switch sides. So I'll do the other side just to reiterate. The left foot's going to be real straight. The back foot's going to be parallel to the back of the mat or slightly turned in. The block will be right next to the shin, and the hand will be on the hip. Toes lift, press the ball and heels down, lift the arches up, and then lower the toes gently, and then slide the hips back just a little bit. Draw the belly in, and then press down through the feet. And engage the muscles of your legs. Feel the muscles here activating. Then when that's all settled and stable, you roll the shoulders back and you lift the arm up. And then maybe your gaze goes up towards the hand. Then you bring your awareness back to your legs and your feet, making sure that you've got them activated, that they're strong. That's what we're looking for. And then hand can come back to the hip. You can bend that knee, lift yourself up, and start to walk your feet back together. It's always good to shake it out a little bit after you've done something like that, after you've worked on your legs a little bit and strengthened them. I promise if you do the squats like this and the floor lunges like this, and then lift yourself up. And then eventually, maybe you could come from the floor all the way up. All right, thank you for joining me for this strong leg posture practice. And I do have one for balance, a video for balance. So look for, I'm going to put it up in the thing here. Look for the yoga for balance and fall prevention. All right, thanks for joining me. Have a splendid day. Namaste.